Notes from Mount Pleasant, here to interview Katzenjammer. They don't know that I'm going to be doing the interview. They're just about to come up the stairs and Kathy's going to say hi to them. I'll see you in a minute.
We're Katzenjammer from Norway. We're in London.
The Water Rats.
Yes.
Water Rats.
Doing a concert.
Yeah, concert actually. Go think that.
Yeah.
Figure. Go figure.
Yeah, this is very exciting. Who is it? Tom Waits.
Come on down.
Hi guys! How are you all doing?
Fine, how are you? Hello!
Hey!
Nice to see you again.
I'll come down for hugs later.
Yeah.
I have to work now
Yeah,
for Kathy, unfortunately.
Cool.
And so I was on the way over here from West London, and I got a text message from Kathy saying, "Oh, I heard you're going to the Katzenjammer show tonight. I'm going to do an interview with them. I heard you guys played at Tonda together." And I said, "Yeah, we played at Tonda together, but I've known them all the way since their debut record anyway. So if you want me to ask some questions,
That's great.
I can do it."
Yeah.
And hopefully this will be a bit of a strange interview, but you guys will have fun.
Yeah, of course.
I've known about you guys for a couple of years. Our manager runs the biggest folk festival in the country. I tried to get you booked on it last year. But what I wanted to ask you about is from the pop, from the first record, to it's A Kiss Before You Leave, isn't it?
No, before you go.
Okay, sorry, that's my bad. I listened to the whole of the last record and all the lead tracks from this record too. From the sort of very mainland European folk and gypsy music and very rootsy sound, you've gone a bit more, I'd say a bit more Nashville, a bit more poppy, a bit more harmony based, a bit more songcraft instead of the whole theatre aspect of the performance. Was that conscious? Do you guys see yourselves going even further in that direction, or was it just a happy accident?
Well, the thing about Katzenjammer is that we always just, things happened and we never planned anything. So this was just something that happened, and well, next CD we could do electronic music. We have no idea because we never planned anything. That's the beauty about it, because
The most
that's
important.
very unpretentious and very spontaneous.
They're
That's-
both great. They're both absolutely fantastic records. I also heard that you guys have just had a number one in like a listener chart in Germany.
Yeah, in Germany, at the SRW or something.
Yeah, that happened the other day.
Yeah.
You guys happy about that?
Fantastic.
Very much.
Yeah, of course.
And do you think that level of success and that level of kind of interaction with your fans and the support that you've got from the fan base will translate to a British audience, mainland Britain? Because you guys have been here before. I mean, you've just come off the back of doing Bestival. What was the reaction like there? Is it the same level of acceptance and
No.
nuts that you get in mainland Europe?
It's not the same level, but that really, I don't think that has anything to do with the people or with the music. I think it's just some days are more energetic than others. And like in Glastonbury and Cambridge, they were like more, maybe the audience were louder. That was also later in the evening, and the festival were really listening because it was earlier. So you never know what to get.
Yeah, you guys were 5 p.m. at Festival,
Yeah.
or 4 or 5 p.m.
We're more like get drunk and have fun, sort of at the festival at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's good with doing both with Katzenjammer is that we have so much different moods in our music. So we can do a quiet song and people will listen.
You do. Well, going on from that point, I noticed that when I watched your live set at Tonda, which is the first time that I got to see you guys live, the tone of the song and the tempos definitely change from member to member throughout the band whenever you take leads. Whenever you switch around and you actually go up to lead vocal. Like yourself, it's Marianne, is it?
Yes.
Marianne. You are very much of that old school, almost rockabilly 12 bar. You like to really wail it. I'm sorry, we've got some people coming up the stairs. I'll tell them to shoot. Yeah.
No problem.
So
Yeah, that's good. You could know this.
when Marianne performs, it's you really like to make your pipes work. Whereas when say Solveig's singing, it's maybe a lot more. It's a little bit more cutesy and poppy, and sort of like a female solo vocalist. And it's the same going throughout the band. Which style of music do you think that you prefer to perform each individually that makes up?
That's a hard one.
I think, well, yeah, I think to me, I like so many different styles to use my voice. I could, like in Hey Ho and Devil's Back is more AC, almost metal, and at God's Great Dust Storm it's more soul, but I think soul, old style, lo-fi soul is probably my favorite. And
So like Marvin Gaye?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Donny Hathaway.
Okay.
That's very, very, very deep inside. That makes me sort of disappear in my head if I get into that. So.
And how about you, Talib?
If I should not think about these girls
Yeah.
and go solo, it would either be rock or
What kind of rock? Like punk, heavy, like AC/DC, or more like the Buzzcocks?
more like I like PJ Harvey or Hole or Tracy Bonham.
Very cool.
Yeah.
PG just won the Grammy as well.
Yeah,
for
did
letting
she?
me say, yeah.
Oh.
So congratulations to PG.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm very into like Gillian Welch. I know we talked about it at Thunder.
Yes, we did.
Yes. She's
But
one
all
of
these
my
guys haven't
favorite-
heard of it.
No, she's a fantastic American singer-songwriter in the bluegrass genre.
And married to Dave Rawlings, who's also incredible.
Fantastic
Yeah.
musician, yeah. And I really like that they respect the tradition, but at the same time they explore or they try to develop it in a way.
Yeah, there's a contemporary edge, but it's all very it's rooted in tradition. It's almost like Justin Townes Earl's record. I don't know if any of you've heard that. Very worth checking out. How about you, Sylvain?
I would say I would be very home doing singing, singer-songwriting stuff. Like, well, I always refer to male artists for some reason.
That's okay.
And I feel that my voice is sort of the same as many male singer-songwriters, which is kind of weird, but that's how it is.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
at least you know.
Yeah, I do.
You know. But are you more Ryan Adams or are you more Hank Williams? Are you
More Hank Williams.
More Hank.
Yeah.
You're Nick Drake, maybe.
Nick Drake is very, very me, and
It's very depressing.
yeah, I'm a depressing person.
You're not a depressing band. You're very, very. In fact, one of the things that we said, the whole band were at the side of the stage watching your set. And CB, our bass player, turned around and just said, "Shit, we've got a lot of work to do." So you guys have come a long way. But Turid, I'm going to come back to a point you just said. You know, you said if you had to forget about these girls, which I'm sure you never will.
Yeah.
Because you guys have something that wouldn't exist if you were to separate. You know, it's almost like it's the same kind of thing that any really great band has. But have you talked about maybe doing something on your own? Do you guys have pursuits that don't fit with Katzenjammer that you're working on individually?
Absolutely.
And is that something that you plan to do in the future?
I'm already doing it. We're all four of us free to do things on our own as well. I'm releasing the first part of my solo album before Christmas. And
Would you like to give it a plug?
what?
Would you give it a plug?
I give you what?
Give it PR.
PR, yes. Dandelion is my solo name. And I'm releasing Images Under Construction 30th of December in Norway. But well, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
well, I look
completely
forward to
different. Oh, yeah, thank you. It's
beautiful.
completely different, and I think I would never have been able to grow as much as a solo artist without this.
Yeah.
So I think the four of us has a lot to thank each other for.
Oh, massively, and I'm sure you guys hate each other at the same time too.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a band with four guys that we spend all our lives on the road to. But we're boys, so we can hang out in really dirty places and not really give a shit. But for being four girls, how do you guys tour intensively and spend so much time in? Let's face it, backstage is not a nice place.
Oh, this is backstage
Some
right
places.
now.
Actually, it's more like they are not my friends anymore. They're my family.
Yeah, of course.
And as you know, when you spend like 24 hours 7 days a week, like 300 days a year with your family, you get crazy sometimes. But you get an extremely close connection to each other. Like I know what she thinks when she has a certain expression in her eye, and like, is everything alright? Or you text them.
You become very in tune with each other.
Yeah,
very
we don't
much.
have to say stuff, and if a person is on the other side of the world, we can feel the person in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to keep you guys for too much longer, but there's something that's really bothered me ever since I saw you guys live. You put on a great show. It is as much theatre as it is watching a band. You know, it's as much burlesque as it is the Rolling Stones. And what's bothered me a little bit, especially with the translation to YouTube and the imagery that you guys use in the way that you dress and the way that you perform, because you're very dramatic on stage. Because I'm a musician, I can see beyond that. You guys are phenomenal musicians, unbelievably talented, so tight. Do you think that the performance aspect is 50% of what you do live, or do you think that sometimes does detract from the actual talent and the real value that's there, you know,
Actually,
the truth?
In the beginning, it was 80% charm.
That's right.
Really, I think so. But we have played so much now, and
It's gone back.
The reason why we smile so much is because we always make mistakes on stage.
yeah. But now we have played so much, and we hear this. Actually, we understand when we talk to people like you, other musicians, that's coming and saying, "You're so professional, so good," and that's what. And we had this other band playing after us in Germany. That was a really good band, and they're saying,
Was
"Oh
that,
my God!"
was that the Seven band?
Yes,
Yeah, you guys really loved them, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
So
They
much
were
so that
amazing.
I went
But
onto
they loved
YouTube
us.
to check them
They
out.
loved us back as much as we love them. So
What's
Everyone's
not
like,
to love?
oh my god, we're the best! We're the best! We're the best!
They were
But
fantastic.
YouTube
They
is
were
not,
so cool.
they don't
That
really,
testify.
no, they don't.
They've got so much
Yeah,
more energy.
it's
On
good.
YouTube, it seems like they're more polished, but when you see
Yeah.
them on stage,
Oh,
it's like
they're not
There's,
so
there's
raw
a real
power, like-
real energy.
Yeah, we were
And
just
they've
standing
got
with our
some
jaw
muscles
dropped.
in their asses that I don't have. At least I'm not in
Wow.
contact with them because they move like I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
We're going to play the water rights now.
Yeah.
When I was coming in, the bar was already stacked. You're going to have an amazing show. I think Kathy will try and film some of it. So good luck, and please come back to London again very soon.
thank you very much.
Say bye to all your fans.
Bye. How long have you been standing there?
Forever, literally. I've been trying to get beer this whole time. I'm desperate to get a drink.
That's why we're
I was
okay.
like, fucking hell, what are they doing? But thank you for doing that. That was very cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
You smell really good.
Oh, thanks. Hey,
Hey, hey.
how have you been?
I love your jacket.
Oh, thanks.
Klarar sig komma hit och stanna.
Där blir det. Okej, 1, 2, 3.
Can you just tell us what that was?
We have no idea. Viking cheese fighting each other. Two Viking cheese fighting each other from Norway.